Can I help you?
I'll have you hold this in a second.
Okay.
So right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel that a little bit?
No, not much. Screen timeouts.
Yes. That's push that down here a little bit.
Just trying to get in that space.
I don't know if that's it. I made a space. I don't think so. There's like a webbing clear over there. And it's trying to figure out if that's communicating. No, it's on both sides. Let's just see what they... So it just all moves everywhere. You just have a webbing through there.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. So if an MRI showed a torn meniscus, it really wouldn't change the treatment, would it?
Doesn't, because if you can get that to heal on its own, this will trigger healing.
Mm-hmm.
And what I won't know is like if you have a huge tear, like if it's like a big bucket handle tear, those never heal.
Oh,
and
okay.
so an MRI would be very helpful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just like a smaller tear, then I would want mine to go try it, just see if you can heal it first.
Right,
so,
right.
And then when it doesn't, you go, okay, now let's start looking.
Yeah.
So
So taking an MRI at this point in time is,
yeah.
yeah.
And we used to do that, everybody's moved into just putting so much focus on this imaging.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't that way, let's say in the 90s. And so my dad was an orthopedic surgeon, and they didn't actually image the joints. They just looked,
Oh, yeah.
if you wanted
There's
to,
nothing
you just-
better than
Yeah, right. And so then I shared an office with one of the orthopedists here in town, and he did that similar, but he'd use imaging, which was the best of all worlds. And now he says everybody just wants imaging, so I just do it.
Oh, yeah.
But but from his perspective, you go, okay, if I want to look and I'm not going to believe the MRI, then why the heck am I doing an MRI? And so he would think through that step, and it's like, well, that makes sense. And I can remember him being, because I would assist him on all his bigger cases like shoulders and stuff like that, or total knee or something like that. And so shoulders, here you're going in there, and you'd have this perfect image of a tear of the labrum, let's just say, or something like that up there, and then you get in there and it's not torn.
Oh.
And you realize, images,
That's right.
that's a computer-generated image, and it's like, okay, I think that's what that is, and so it makes a nice, beautiful tear.
Right.
And I can remember him getting like, how is that even possible? That MRI was done just 2 days ago, or 5, or whatever.
Right.
And so I was talking to my brother about that, because he still assists with. He's a nurse that assists with an orthopedic group in Portland. And he says it still happens, and so it's not like that was a bad MRI. It's just that MRIs are taking the the image of that and creating that whole thing.
Exactly. There's nothing better than your old eyeballs on the real thing.
That's right. and he says, and that's frustrating, because I can remember him getting pretty frustrated. He's a pretty volatile guy, and he'd get pretty frustrated. He goes, well, I got to go talk to the family and say, I went in there and there's nothing wrong. It's like, and it's like, that's no fun.
Right. Exactly.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, that's the downside of imaging, and yet we put a lot of emphasis on MRI because you paid so much for it.
Right.
You know, but it's still just images are images. It's like,
Okay.
but yeah, you know, it's on this side, but you know, came in and stuck it on here. But this is a joint capsule over the top of that, and you can see that goes clear up to there basically.
Right.
And so I just came in from that spot because that's the least painful spot to come in and inject. Used to be, before we had guidance, we'd stick right here because now you just go and touch down on bone, and then with a bigger needle you get the feeling, okay, now I'm in the joint.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I can use a smaller needle and not have you go by feeling it go by.
Okay, gotcha.
Visualizing it go across. So that's just the easiest spot.
Okay. Perfect.
And I've injected every part of my knee trying to look for that spot, and that is these hurt more.
And
this one hurts more, so that is the best. You can come underneath the kneecap, and there's a couple other little ways to get in there, but that is the least painful spot to go for.
All right.
The sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. The sun, and I say it's alright. Nothing can ever change the way I feel about you. I promise I will stay forever close to you. We go together, it's all I know. Side by side is how we grow, hand in hand through these times.